Hello, everybody. My name is Taylor, and today I'm going to share my internship experience in a TK classroom. This experience gave me a chance to step outside of what I already knew and really test what kind of educator I want to become. I completed my internship in a TK classroom within a local school district. The students were around 4 to 5 years old, which is right in between preschool and kindergarten. So my role was to support the lead teacher and the aides while gradually stepping into more responsibility. This setting was especially important to me because I'm considering working in a school district long term. Going into the internship, I had clear goals, but I didn't fully understand what they would look like in practice yet. I wanted to gain experience planning lessons, improve how I respond to behavior, collaborate professionally, and deepen my understanding of how young children actually think and learn in real time. Before starting, I was really focused on exploring a different age group. Originally, I wanted to work with around third grade because I already work with kindergarten students. So I wanted to see kind of what comes next. So I was trying to figure out my future, whether I really wanted to stay in early childhood or move toward a multi-subject credential. I was super excited, but also unsure about how I would fit into a classroom that wasn't already mine. One of the first things that I noticed was how much the environment teaches before the teacher even speaks. This classroom was organized, it was calm, and it was intentional. Compared to my workplace, which is a bit more high energy and flexible, this space felt structured in a way that supported independence. It showed me that the physical environment doesn't just reflect learning, but actually shapes it. The classroom had one teacher and two aides and me supporting 24 students. And so what stood out to me was just how clearly the workload was divided. The teacher focused on instruction while the aides handled transitions and setups. So this structure just made the classroom feel stable and manageable. And it also showed me how much staffing impacts stress levels and overall classroom flow. This classroom ran on a rhythm. Everything had a flow, and students knew exactly what to expect. That structure creates a sense of safety. I had to adjust because I'm used to letting some behaviors play out naturally, but here, a lot of the behaviors were addressed and guided, and I learned that structure isn't about control, it's actually about creating a space where the students can succeed. During my internship, I had the opportunity to move beyond just observation and actually apply my skills in the classroom. I supported daily academic activities like letter recognition, while also helping make learning more engaging through creative typography. These students would take the letters and turn them into familiar images, like a W became a watermelon or the letter G became a gumball machine. And this made learning feel more interactive and memorable. I also assisted during their animal unit where the students would create animals using their handprints. And the activity brought together fine motor skills, creativity, academic content in a way that felt very natural for their age group. And then one of the more hands-on experiences I had was during Read Across America, where this was for my internship project, where I planned and directed a Dr. Seuss themed craft using paper plates and construction paper. I also dressed up as Dr. Seuss. It was a simple activity, but it gave students a lot of room to be creative while still connecting to the lesson. Overall, these experiences helped me grow in how I support instruction and engage with students during learning. I started to see more clearly how creativity and structure can work together and how even small activities can make learning feel more meaningful and connected. I'd say one of the things that I enjoyed most during my internship was working with the creative and hands-on activities. So even though many of the projects were a bit more structured than what I'm used to, I really valued the moments where students got to have a choice, because that is when their individuality really came through. I also noticed that engagement increased when students were able to bring their own creativity into the work, which reminded me how important ownership is in learning. At the same time, this experience came with real moments of growth, and I had to learn how to balance structure with flexibility, especially in a classroom that runs on clear routines. So there were also moments where I realized I had missed something important because I was so focused on finishing an activity. That experience helped me understand that sometimes the most meaningful part of teaching is not the lesson itself, but what actually happens in between the structure. It also taught me how to slow down, pay closer attention, and be more intentional about when to step in and when to simply observe. Overall, this experience changed how I understand teaching as a whole. I've learned that it's not just about delivering instruction, but about awareness, noticing what a student needs, adjusting in that moment, and responding with intention. I also learned that the environment and relationships in a classroom shape learning just as much as the lessons themselves. And that growth in teaching is never linear. Looking back, I can say that my goals were met, but they were also reshaped through this experience. I gained confidence, but I also gained a much deeper sense of awareness and reflection in how I approach students and classroom situations. This internship helped connect what I've already learned in theory to what actually happens in real classrooms. Moving forward, I plan to continue working in a school district while exploring whether PK through third grade or a multi subject credential is the best path for me. I am leaning more towards the PK3 credential after this internship. But more than anything, I want to continue building those meaningful connections with the students because that's where I felt the most impact. Um, Again, overall, this internship didn't just teach me how to teach, it taught me how to pay attention. And I know I'm still growing into the educator that I want to become. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to my internship experience. This process has helped me has helped shape me as an educator, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to reflect on everything that I've learned along the way. Thank you.